James Edward Hayes was the fourth Winnecan casualty of World War I. He was born on May 5th, 1900, to parents Lawrence and Catherine Hayes, and lived with him and his three sisters. When James was 6 years old, his mother died of unknown causes. Little is known about James's early life, but we do know that he was enrolled at New Trier until 1918 and was very popular there. He was also well known and liked throughout Winnetka and its neighboring towns. On August 6, 1918, at the height of the war, James decided to drop out before his senior year of high school and enlist in the United States Navy, attending the Great Lakes Naval Training Station in Waukegan. When James enlisted, the largest threat to Winnetka was a war raging overseas, but little did they know another one was brewing much closer to home. In early September of 1918, just a few weeks after James arrived, first cases of influenza started to appear at his training station. Introduced by sailors transferring in from Boston, these cases were actually the first ever recorded in the Midwest. Within a couple of weeks, everyone in the station was placed under quarantine. Within days, the lockdown spread to Winnetka, all cases traceable back to Great Lakes. Out of approximately 45,000 sailors stationed at Great Lakes, 4,500 were diagnosed with influenza, with the number of cases peaking on September 25th, 1918. On that day, James succumbed to the virus, making him the first Winnecan to die of the flu. He was joined by 94 of his fellow sailors that day, and 485 others that week. In 1918 alone, the United States lost roughly 675,000 people to influenza. The death toll is higher than the amount of Americans who gave their lives in World War I, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam combined. By the end of 1918, there were 10 more Winnecans who had died from influenza. Two of them were young children, and two others were the parents of young children. Some died after attending a wedding ceremony where the best man's sister was from out of town. By mid-January 1919, the panic in Winnetka was over. The Hayes family home was demolished in the decades after James' death and is now a McDonald's parking lot. James is buried with his mother in Evanston's Cavalry Cemetery.